Sweet potato fries. So you've got my pan heating up here. Sweet potatoes. I got vegetable peelers. This is a steel one. That's a ceramic one. Best way to peel your sweet potatoes is with one of these babies. They go pretty quickly. I don't bother washing them when I do this because you're taking the peel right off of there. And I just got a bowl there to put the trimmings into, so actually normally I do it this way. Right into the bowl. Whoops. So peel your sweet potatoes, and then we're going to slice them, and then we're going to fry them here. And I'll give you some advice about deep frying in a frying pan versus a deep fryer. Obviously a deep fryer is safer. Ours blew and we never did replace it, but I've got a deep fry thermometer and I monitor it extremely closely. You can be the judge as to how safe that is for your house. Okay, so we got them peeled. It's still getting hot, and how do you want to cut them up? Really up to you. How thick do you want them? The thicker they are, the longer you gotta cook them, of course. Oh boy, this knife isn't very sharp. It's sharp enough. So let's see, we will go relatively big, like that. Just cut them all up, however big you want. So I got my pan on 3 right now. Now I know I've got this deep fry thermometer. It's a little bit too big for what I'm doing here, but it works. If you measure the oil temperature remotely, it's a little bit awkward. I recommend you use a deep fryer, but you can do it like this. I know that on this one, this stove, I want about a 7 to get it up to temperature, and then I go back and forth between 6 and 7. Once it's up to temperature, I put it at 7, I put my stuff in, it'll come back up to temperature, and then I drop it down to 6 to prevent it from going to too high of a temperature. So what you want to do in order to figure that out yourself, and you know this is risky, that's why they invented deep fryers. If you got kids running around or whatever, you don't want to do it this way. You have your thermometer in there and you don't take it out. You keep it in there the whole time. You monitor it really, really closely, because if it gets too hot, it can just burst into flames and burn your house down, and that's not really a good thing now, is it? So anyway, we'll see once this comes up to temperature. We'll see. Alright, so I guess the good thing about a giant thermometer is that you can probably see that. You want, you see here it says ideal right there in that red zone. Between 350 and 400 Fahrenheit, that's about 175 to about 205 Celsius. What you normally do is I bring it to about 375 and then add my stuff, because the temperature drops when you add it, and that usually will keep it within the ideal zone above 350. So we got a little bit ways to go yet. Okay, there's 350. I'm going to let it get a bit higher. You're going to see some smoke here. That's actually coming off the bottom of the pan. There was some fat or something on the bottom of the pan. Normally, if you're smoking, you're in trouble because you're too hot. That's why you want to use an oil with a high flash point. But right now I can see, if you look closely, I don't know if you can see or not, but that smoke is definitely coming from the bottom of the pan. I have my range hood turned off right now just so it won't make noise while I'm talking. So we're going to take, that's getting on 375 there, so we're going to take and we're going to add our cut up stuff over there. Whoops, lost a piece over the edge. Now I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes here. That's a good ballpark of how long it's going to take. It might take a little more, it might take a little less. That's going to have lowered the temperature there. Let's see how much. So that was at 375. That brought it down significantly. That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected it to come down that much, but that brought it down to 275. I'm not trusting that reading right now. I'm going to create a spot here with no veg, and I'm going to measure that. Well, it looks like it did come down that far. That's kind of odd that it came down that far. But that's okay, it's sizzling well. I set my timer for 10 minutes, and I'm going to monitor this like a hawk. Sometimes I don't because I'm really used to this. I know what the settings are. I know how it all behaves. The first 100 times you do this, you monitor it like a hawk. Like this, the whole time. You don't take an eye off it. If you got to go to the bathroom, you get someone to come and take over, or you pee in a jar or something. Okay? Alright, you can see this is about 5 minutes now, 6 minutes now. I got my thermometer here. I just changed the camera position so you can see the fries better. We're still languishing in the 250 zone Fahrenheit. It's coming up now. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I had it up to 375 and I wouldn't have thought it would come down that far. In particular because those sweet potatoes were not refrigerated, they were at room temperature. So, but it's still frying nicely. We're at 7 minutes now. The magic number from the recipe book from the deep fryer I had for French fries was 17 minutes, but I'm going to check them at 10. Just judging by what I'm seeing right now, it's not going to be ready at 10. So I'll let it go longer than that, but we'll have a look when we get. We're coming up on 10 minutes now. We're just closing in on 300 Fahrenheit or 150 Celsius. The temperature's coming up again. You can see those are getting fairly brown, a little bit golden color. So I'm just going to try one now. Try a small one first. That guy there. I'm just outside your view here. I'm going to give that a second to cool. You're going to hear the buzzer go, which is 10 minutes. Well, that's good, but it's still, it's cooked. There's no question about it, it's cooked. It's still a little bit soft in the middle, anyway, I'm going to let it go another 5 minutes. Given that the magic number for the commercial deep fryer was 17, I just set it for 5 more, and we'll see what happens then. Alright, there we are, just past 14 minutes. They're getting quite a bit darker on the outside, as you can see. The temperature is right around 350 Fahrenheit now, 175 Celsius. They're definitely, I'm going to call them ready when they get to temperature. And I'm just going to scoop them out and throw them in the metal bowl, the same metal bowl that I was using to collect up the skins in. I just gave it a little rinse out, and I can just scoop them out with my spatula here. I got that at Spatula City, points if you get the reference. So the buzzer's going to go here in a second. I will, let's see if I can zoom out here. No, let's zoom in. Let's zoom out. Okay. Alright, she's all buzzing. Now, if you wanted to, you could put paper towel in the bowl, or if you don't like wasting paper towel, you can use I often use sometimes shop cloths. I don't like I don't use really any paper towel at all around the house because I just don't like using disposable things. Yes, I do use toilet paper. Although my wife told me the other day about a friend of hers who doesn't, so it is possible. So you just scoop them out, drain them, put them in your bowl, and that's it. You're done. You can put some salt on there if you want. That's definitely what I'm going to do here. Oops, I should turn that off before I forget about it. I will definitely put some salt on there. My youngest son is standing in the wings here, and he's waiting to get at some of these. There are definitely better straining tools out there. I have one across the way there on the other side of the kitchen, but I had this one right here, so it works too. And that's it. That's how you make yourself some sweet potato fries. I might as well, let me just get some salt there. I might as well do the whole full meal deal for you. We'll get some salt on there while you're watching. And we'll just give that a little toss. And we're good. Let me try one of those. Oh yeah. They're really good. That's how you do it.